Now to answer your question, what is environment? Environment is whatever we see in our surroundings and environment. It is our basic life support system. For example, the car, the house, the people around you, they are all your support system which help you to survive in this environment, in this ambience. Those are your environment. The place, people, things, nature that surround us, living organisms, they all consist of environment. Now, what are the key elements of environment? What does the environment give us? It provides us the air that we breathe in, the water that we drink, and the food that we eat. Also the land where we live, where we build our houses. So, the elements of environment are air, water, food and land. Now, as we were discussing about environment, we need to understand where does the word environment comes from. Do you know what is the history behind the word environment? So, the word environment is derived from the word of French. There is a verb called as environner. We have two ways of writing environner, which means neighborhood, to be in a neighborhood. So, therefore, environment means to be around something, to be around a particular neighborhood. So, this is the derivation of the word environment. Now, we need to understand that environment is not only one thing. Environment consists of different components and elements all together, and these elements can be classified into two broad groups: natural environment and man-made environment. Now, before discussing these two types of environment or domains separately, I need you to think about it. What do you think? What is natural environment and what is man-made environment? Of course, you're right. Natural environment it consists of all the things and components that are present in our environment, that are present on our planet naturally. Whereas man-made environment consists of components and elements which are made by man. They are human-made, they are artificial, they are not present on the earth naturally. Can you write down few examples of natural environment as well as man-made environment? I'll give you few examples. In natural environment, we have things like mountains, rivers, grasslands, plants, animals, etc. Whereas man-made environment consists of everything that we make. For example, roads, bridges, factories, home, apartments, buildings, etc. Now, let's study about these components of environment in detail. The place, people, things and nature that surround us in any living organism is called environment, that we have already established. Our natural environment that we discussed, the first type of broad domain in environment is natural environment. Natural environment is relating to all the components and elements that are present in our planet, on our planet naturally. It further has two subcategories, biotic as well as abiotic. Now we need to understand what is biotic and what is abiotic element in natural environment. So, biotic element refers to everything that is living. All the elements in our natural environment which are living. For example, human beings, animals, plants, etc. We are all living, isn't it? Every element that is living, that is biotic. Whereas abiotic on the other hand is completely opposite of biotic. Abiotic elements are the elements that are non-living in nature. For example, land, rocks, mountains, rivers, etc. Furthermore, we studied about human environment or man-made environment. Human environment or man-made environment reveals or consists of all the activities, creations and interactions among human beings. So, for example, if you and me, we are talking right now and whatever output we are generating from our interaction, that consists of a human environment. For example, if there are certain people who are building a road, so a road that is the element of our environment which is being formed with human interaction, that is known as human environment. Furthermore, as you can see here, we have already designed a diagram for components of environment. So, there are natural environment and human made environment or man made environment. And the key elements of natural environment are water, which is also known as hydrosphere, air, which is also known as atmosphere, land, which is known as lithosphere, and then we have living things. Together, everything, these three spheres, when they mix together, they form biosphere. Then, apart from human made, we have buildings, parks, bridges, roads, industries, monuments, etc., which is everything which is made by man. Then, the key and the most important element which is common between two environment is humans. Humans, they consist of activities such as individual, family, communities, then we have religion, educational, economic, political and social situations. So humans, they give rise to different kind of environments or different kind of societies. For example, when I talk about myself individually, I am the only person, then that consists of individuals. But together in the society, we live in small groups. For example, family and communities. These communities, then they have their religion, they have their faiths that they believe in. They go to educational institutions such as schools, colleges, universities, etc. They do trade, they earn a living. So that consists of economic environment which is run by finance. Also, there is a political environment in every state and country because of the governance of that country, which is also man-made. We were talking about natural environment. So natural environment has all the elements that are present in the nature automatically. So the natural environment comprises of all living as well as non-living things from the 4 realms of the earth. Those 4 realms or domains are lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere that we have studied in the earlier class. So now, let's learn some more facts about these domains. Now, first let's start with lithosphere. What do you understand by lithosphere? I understand that you have studied this before, but lithos, the word lithos, it comes from a Greek word which means rock. So everything that is consisting on the surface of the earth which is rocky or solid, that is known as lithosphere. So solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth is known as lithosphere, on which we actually live. We build our houses, parks, everything on lithosphere. It is made up of rocks, minerals, and it is covered by a layer of soil. But this lithosphere, it is not even. It has irregular surfaces with various different kind of landforms such as mountains, plateaus, plains, deserts, valley, etc. Landforms are found over the different kind of continents also and on the ocean floor, ocean beds also. Lithosphere is the domain that provides us forests, grasslands for grazing, land for agriculture, land for human settlements, etc. It is also the biggest source for mineral wealth. As you can see here in this diagram, what do you observe? There are different layers of earth, isn't it? The topmost layer of earth, which is hard, rocky and solid, on which we live, is known as lithosphere. Now, next thing, let's talk about hydrosphere. By the name itself, we understand that it is related to water, exactly. So, the domain of water is referred to as hydrosphere. It comprises of various sources of water such as water bodies, rivers, lakes, oceans, seas, etc. It is essential for all living organisms because water is the key which is quintessential for sustenance of life on earth. The last kind of domain that we have is atmosphere. Now, atmosphere refers to air around us. So, the thin layer of air that surrounds us, surrounds the earth, is called atmosphere. The atmosphere further is divided into a lot of different layers in which there are different kind of gases present such as carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, etc. The gravitational force of earth holds the atmosphere around it. It protects us from the harmful UV rays, ultraviolet rays of the sun. It consists of a number of gases, dust, water vapor, and it changes in the atmosphere and produce changes in our climate and weather conditions. these gases, the amount or the quantity of these gases changes regularly, and this is how the regulation of weather and climate takes place. Now, lastly we have biosphere. So, biosphere is not another domain, but rather it is a combination of the three domains: lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Biosphere consists of plant and animal kingdoms. They together make up biosphere. It is a narrow zone of earth where land, water and air interact with each other to support life. This is the area, this is the zone that enables the life on earth. The biosphere makes the earth a unique planet because that is the only zone that supports life and human beings on earth. So, now if we actually have to divide it or understand it in a better way, let's make a diagram about biosphere. So, we have, this is our lithosphere. Then this is our hydrosphere. And this is our atmosphere. What are the different things present in these three kind of layers? Land, water and air, isn't it? Now, do you observe this zone here in between, which is a combination of all these three layers, all these three domains? So, this zone here, I'll color it for you. This zone here, which is a mixture of the three, this is known as biosphere. This is the zones, a small zone which comprises of air, water and land, that is known as biosphere, and this is where we find life.